I have a problem. I'm addicted and I just can't get enough. Over the last year, I've started to notice something a little bit different personally. I feel like I haven't been as sharp. My thoughts aren't as clear, my mind's not as clear, and I just don't feel as engaged, and nothing really feels as fun as it used to. It feels like physically I'm there, but mentally I'm not. I'm just kind of disengaged with the situation. This is at church, this is at school, this is in conversations with other people. I feel like physically I'm present, but mentally I'm just elsewhere. And the other day I was in my living room and I was sunk into my couch, just doom scrolling for hours on end. And this seems to be a weekly occurrence. It's not every day, but probably about every week or so. And while I was laying on the couch, I said to myself, I was like, hey man, like, this isn't good for you. Like, get up. Get up. And I didn't. Unable to move, and hours later, I was pretty disgusted with how I spent my time. I just threw it down the drain. Feeling defeated and guilty, I knew that it was time to make a change. And I know other people feel this way too. Here's the truth: I already knew what the issue was, and I've known it for a long time, and I've just been avoiding it. In the last 5 months, I've already tried twice to curb my phone addiction and my addiction to social media and short form and long form content. However, both times I've been unsuccessful. I was close the first time, and then the second time, I was really far off. Over the years of social media use and absorption, I've trained my brain to crave distractions and lack clarity and to chase more and more dopamine. And every time I continue to scroll endlessly, I just continue to reward and reinforce these habits and these neural networks within my brain. And I know recently from my last two attempts to try and curb this habit that it feels impossible to break out of. Like, it's just so addicting and you just want to sit there for hours and hours on end, even though you know you're going to feel like crap afterwards and not feel good about yourself and what you've done. It's an endless cycle, and I was beginning to get worried that it may be something that's causing damage that I may not be able to reverse. But thankfully, due to this beautiful thing called neuroplasticity, I know that I can actually rewire my brain to be more productive, to be more focused, to be sharper, to be clearer, and to reverse the damage that has been done and reverse the effects of how I've trained my brain over the last like 5 to 10 years. So, starting today, January 11th, 2026, I will be beginning a 30-day challenge. And to keep it simple, I'm only going to include two rules. Now, rule number one is that I am only allowed to consume 30 minutes of long form content a day for entertainment purposes, with the exception of watching a movie or a show with my family, as I value family time and I think it's pretty important. The second rule that I will be implementing, and the last rule for this challenge, is I will tolerate absolutely zero short form content over these next 30 days. Now, there are also two things that I'd like to try and implement over this 30-day challenge, and there might be other things that I add on throughout the weeks. So, number one is I want to be bored more often. I want to allow myself to be bored more often, whether it's when I'm cycling for 45 minutes. Just be okay with being bored. It's all right. Whether I'm driving to school, I don't need to listen to music or a podcast or call someone. It's okay to be bored. And additionally, I want to replace my bad habits of scrolling on social media with more positive and more productive ones, things that add more value to my life. So this includes doing things such as reading or learning new skills, maybe learning how to edit better videos, maybe stretching, foam rolling, going for a walk, spending time with family, whatever it is, just do things that add more value to my life. Now, with these two simple rules set in place, if I am to fail this challenge, which I don't think I will, I know I can get through it, I will have to face the consequences of running a marathon. And just in case you didn't know, because I couldn't remember, a marathon is 42 kilometers long. And I most certainly do not want to run that because the longest I've run is six, maybe 6.5K in my life. And last time I remember, that wasn't the most fun thing. So, if you want to see my journey and see if I make it, see if I fail, and just be updated on the progress, how I feel mentally. Do I feel more clear? Are my decisions better? Do I have better memory, longer attention span? Yeah, stick around. I'm going to be doing weekly updates, and I'll let you know how it goes.